Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Mouse Ears and Magical Chats. It's Mary Beth and I'm here with Just Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Jenny
Jenny,
is in Tokyo.
Jenny's in Japan. Ugh, she didn't bring me.
I know. I didn't see any Disney yet. I saw Pokemon stuff so far.
Yeah, as we're recording, I asked her today, she's in the future, right? Because of the time change. And I asked her today when she does her Disney stuff, and it's tomorrow. So I'm excited to have her back to talk to us about that. That's quite a dream.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, back here in the United States, coming down to good old Florida, there's a lot of news going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's been a little bit since we talked about updates and changes and kind of a newsy episode, so felt like time to revisit. And none of it feels like the big holy moly kind of news. There was one thing recently, so let's start there. But the virtual queues are ending for Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind starting on February 25th. It will be possible to go wait in line and just stand by and wait and ride the ride. So just like Tron switched over from a virtual queue recently, that's probably the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Now both Tiana's and Guardians. So there will be no virtual queues that we are aware of for a while because we don't have
Are you happy about that or not?
I don't know how I feel about it. The kind of details, the small print here is that the Lightning Lane situation is not changing. So Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind still a Lightning Lane single pass option. And Tiana's Bio Adventure is a tier 1 ride on multipass at Magic Kingdom. So I think the fact that those options exist make me feel better about this. I know a lot of people didn't love the virtual queue, but I feel like I had it down, and I always get like a little nervous about change when I've mastered a system and figured out how to make it work for our family.
Does that mean that it enters into the multi-pass situation? Like Tiana?
No, there are no changes. So Guardians will stay in the single pass.
Okay.
And they did confirm that Guardians will be open for early entry. So if you're a resort guest and you're going in that 30 minutes early, this is where I think the big thing, the flow at Epcot in the mornings is going to change a lot because it had been you would either rope drop Remy or Frozen, depending on your priority. That was kind of the smart move there, the strategic move. Just going like kind of.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be banana sandwich. I think about one time I tried to rope drop Frozen. By the time I just walked over, it was already at 100 minutes. I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, because you got to be first to tap in.
Yeah, that was not us.
We tried to rope drop Frozen one year. This was like a while ago before I really graduated with my Disney PhD. And we like got held up. Some path that I wanted to use was closed. Oh, you know what? Also, it was part of the Epcot. All the construction was going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. We were going once a year, and I still didn't know my way around to get there, and we just lost like the rope drop advantage. But yeah, this is going to change. I'm very curious to see what the standby wait times will be for these. I think I was feeling relieved. I have a client who will be at Epcot, and I know you will be too, be at Epcot on the first day of standby for Guardians. So let us know, snap some pictures if you're over there or see the boards with the wait times. But I'm really glad that my client who's going has a single pass Lightning Lane lined up, because I just think the standby queue is going to be full. It will be hairy. You will be getting to see all of the wonders of Xandar exhibits in that standby. What was the virtual queue walk? It's going to be, you'll have a lot of time to learn about Xandarian insignia on the uniform in those cases.
Yeah. I don't know, even when it was the virtual pass there, you would wait an hour, 45 minutes to an hour if you got one of those, compared to like if you just got the Lightning Lane.
Yeah, Lightning Lane was definitely faster.
Yeah, way
Yeah,
ahead.
and depending on the time of day, I got to do the boarding groups in the after hours a few times at Epcot
Mm,
for deluxe resort guests, and that was awesome. I mean, even then we would wait like a tiny bit, but it's just true that as the night goes on, fewer people hang out. And last time Jackson and I did it, we didn't wait very long. Like we cruised right through. So, but it all depends. It can get backed up, and but this will be good. I think that like my issue with the virtual queues is the thing that made it work for me is that it you kind of took like a higher level of Disney expertise to like know it existed, know how to use it, know about how to book it most efficiently with assistance, right? With
yep.
like your standby skippers kind of and while I think that's great for me, I am not everyone and I want people who are going for their once in a lifetime trip to get to like go on a this I mean Guardians in particular is like the best ride at Disney in my opinion. So I want people to get to experience that and I don't think that a high like knowledge barrier to entry is the best. So I think it's great that there's a standby line in that sense.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I was on Facebook groups where people would be like, I went to Disney for the first time and found out I couldn't go on this ride.
Yeah.
And it was crushing to them because
Didn't
that's
even have
why
a
they wanted
chance.
to go. Yeah. Didn't even have a chance because they didn't know. So
Yeah.
you're right. This is way better for that. Like that you could just go and stand in line if that's what you really wanted.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Eh,
Well,
we'll see
that's
how it goes.
exciting. Yeah. I did get my Tianas though for when I'm in the Magic Kingdom, so that's already set and ready to go.
Lined up. I
Yeah.
love it.
Though this
And I
time when I
mean,
go, no Guardians.
no Guardians this time. Now, and Tiana's will be warmer than when you were there in December. It was very cold.
Yeah, but I switched my Tianas and now it's at like 9 a.m. ish, right at park opening. So might be a little chilly, but I wanted to get in as many as I could so I can
Mhm.
stack them later.
Get your other ones rolling. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Magic Kingdom days really lined up like one after another. So I think it's going to be a good Magic Kingdom day.
Well, you have to tell us about it. Take notes.
Definitely. I will. I will. So, sad news. Jelly Rolls, the piano bar over on the boardwalk, is officially closing. April 19th is the final day.
Mm.
Maybe my April trip, since I'm staying at Boardwalk, I should hit it up.
Yeah. I
Buy
feel like that's the right configuration of people, like a grown up trip.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and Tara went to the Crane School of Music, so
Oh, yeah.
she's into music, so that would be good. And she plays piano. That would
Check
be a
it
good trip.
check it out now while it's still an option. I know so this place is like some people love it and I think it's one of those I don't know, I'm curious what will end up going in that spot over on the boardwalk because it's a pretty big I don't know, it feels like it could hold a lot of people and it's a nightlife spot for people who are there at a convention or just a lot of adults do the DVC stays in the resorts in that area and it's just another like if you go to Disney often it's a fun thing to go do in the evening if you
I
don't want to
think
be in the
Disney can like
parks.
just pick up the pace over there. I like the idea of having a nightlife over there. It's just really not that robust. Did you ever go into their little dance hall over there?
No, I've heard it's
It's sad.
awkward.
It
Yeah.
was sad. Yeah, awkward's a good way of putting it. I like what they're trying to do over there. I think it can just be better.
Yeah. I'm the wrong gal to tell them how to improve it.
I don't know how to improve it. We'll see
Yeah.
what Disney comes up with.
It seems like lounges are like the vibe right now, you know?
Mhm.
So maybe they can, or like Scat. We had a great time at Scat Cats, and that was a pretty full house the night we were there, and
Yeah.
good music. And I don't know, I wouldn't. You can't exactly replicate it, but it just feels like when Disney gets a lounge right, people really enjoy it, and there could be more space for that now.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think
We'll see
like
what's
Trader
happening.
Sam's is always
Mhm.
like super busy, like hours wait to get into there.
Yep.
So you're
Not
right.
to that level, but like popular and strong reputation. Enchanted Rose, like people really like
Yes.
that. Even Territory Lounge always has, there are always people there, and
Yeah, maybe
at
you're right.
Wilderness
Maybe
Lodge.
lounge is the way to go.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see what
What
they
else
do.
is closing?
We'll see what they do. And Jelly Rolls is a closing without a kind of rebirth announcement yet. So we'll see. So get there if that's your thing. Get there before or on April 19th. And then, yeah, just about a few things. And this is all like, none of this is big news recently, but just kind of warrants running through. Like, it is a year of, it feels like many not top tier changes, but kind of like in the middle, good, solid, old reliables that have been there a long time are changing this year. So it's tough to be a bug. The 3D attraction in the theater in the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom, the last day for that shows on March 16th. And they're making way for the new Zootopia themed attraction that's opening in the winter of this year. I am extremely excited for this. I feel like I couldn't book my next trip any later in 2025. So if this is not open yet, if they push this opening, I'm going to be really bummed because I really want to go to this. I love Zootopia. I'm pumped to have more Zootopia in the parks. And I get to say goodbye to Bug's Life. I went last year. I'm good. I don't know. We didn't bring the kids in January. It's just like, I don't know.
I like it. It's under the Tree of Life, but yeah, like it doesn't. Nothing's too amazing about it.
Yeah, I don't need to traumatize the little ones.
Yeah.
And they don't know A Bug's Life even the way like when we were kids. And it's weird. Bug's Life is like a little bit. I was like an older kid. This kind of in the gap space for me. Um, but I just think unless you really know that movie, it's a little too scary to warrant the risk that your kid's going to melt down for the rest of the day when they get a stinger in the back. So that one's heading out. And then, this is just sort of like Big Thunder Mountain's been closed for a minute. It'll be closed for the rest of the year. They're doing a really long extended refurbishment. So that's down. And other things, there's a whole refurbishment schedule. Like if it's really important to you to hit a specific ride, you can check on the Disney website or in the app and kind of see what's being refurbished, what's closed at each park. But there are always rides kind of closing and reopening just for routine maintenance. But for the big changes, Dinoland USA is like slowly shrinking, and we're down to just the Boneyard and Dinosaur. It's the attraction Dinosaur itself. And I noticed when I was there in January, even some of the refreshments, like I wanted a certain snack from one of the Dinoland spots, and it was closed like at 3 p.m. when I was around there. So just kind of Dinoland, remember, is going to become Tropical Americas, and we're going to get the Encanto attraction. Once Dinosaur goes down, it'll come back eventually as Indiana Jones attraction. Lots of changes and stuff and things happening over there, but right now it's in that weird slow goodbye that Disney does sometimes. So that land is in transition. And yeah, and I'm sure they'll keep coming up with new, announcements about that. It sometimes takes a while to hear what's replacing a thing that's leaving, and I'm looking at you, Jelly Rolls. This next one, NBA Experience, the NBA Experience, does anyone even remember that existed? It was not there very long.
Yep.
And it shut down during the COVID closures, and nothing has reopened in that building in all of these years. Just this week, we found out what's going into that space. There's a new interactive entertainment experience. I had to look at the phrase. This is the corporate language, called Level 99 Experience. This is going to be the 5th location for these folks. So it's not exclusively a Disney Springs thing, but it's a pretty small and expanding entertainment thing. And I want to read a little bit about like what they've said about it. They have challenge rooms, interactive arena duels, themed physical and mental challenges that last 1 to 4 minutes, where teams of 2 to 6 players work together to beat a challenge. There's an art hunt where they're searching for hidden glyphs among hundreds of pieces of commissioned art that are unique to the location. Lots of like interactive. It reminded me a lot of Disney Quest from the 90s in the early, the turn of the millennium era, which was the best time to be at Disney in the history of man. Disney Quest was awesome, and there were all kinds of like virtual reality, interactive kind of experiences. It was just a really unique kind of mashup of physical activity and like arcade game kind of thing. And this reminds me a lot of that, of just like, their phrase was interactive entertainment experience. And apparently they sell tickets for hours of play or a full day. And this place is also going to have a 2-story bar with cocktails and beer and some kind of menu with fancy pizza and all that kind of jazz. They can accommodate 1,000 people there at a time.
Oh, wow.
It is a 45,000 square foot venue, 2 levels. So big space, like family friendly, older kid and adult playground. I don't know. Like,
I'm kind of excited to see this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of, what are those called? The rooms where you go in and like have
escape rooms.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go here. I think it sounds fun.
I'm all in.
More like opportunities for grown-up people to play.
Yeah.
I'm into it. And it's not just adults. It's going to be family friendly. So we'll see. I really scoured the announcement on this, and they notably did not say a date. So we'll see when it's coming, but it was kind of like the announcement is that they have been selected to be the thing in this space that's been empty for 5 years now. So I think that's exciting. It took so long.
All right. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Let's pop back in time. Valentine's Day. That was February 13th, and they were over at Hollywood Studios. You could meet Cruella, Jafar, Maleficent. Have they done this every year, or is this new this year?
I think this was new.
I don't remember hearing about this, and then suddenly it was just like popping up all over the place, like Valentine's Day. I was like, is this the thing? I didn't know this was a thing.
It's super smart, and it should be a thing.
Like they could really go all out on this. Like this could have been like an after hours.
I was thinking the same thing. There could have been an after hours. It would have been a really fun cavalcade.
Maybe this was like their dip their toe in, see how interested people would be. I feel like people are interested in villains.
Yep. Well, they did announce new information about the show, the Villains show that's coming to Hollywood Studios. So there's like a little bit of a tie-in there because they are expanding the Villains offering. So this is the show that's going in the theater where the Lightning McQueen experience had been. So they gave us a name. It's going to be Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. And there's a synopsis. So, in Unfairly Ever After, the magic mirror is summoning guests to hear each of the villains out and judge who has been treated the most unfairly over the years. So there'll be villains like Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Maleficent, blah, blah, blah. Poor villains, very misunderstood. So they know we want the villains. They're trying. But I do hope they do Valentine's Day every year. I could also see, like, there are people who would want to be there for that. I really think, and would like schedule.
And I know, and I would want to have been there for Valentine's Day. I think that is so fun.
Yeah, it's super cute. We'll see. I don't know. I didn't think they said anything about any commitment, but I think it's fun whenever they bring out rare characters or unique.
Yes, like you rarely get to meet with those characters one-on-one. Like it might change once they open their Villains Land, but obviously it'll probably change.
But it's going to be,
exciting.
It's going to be a minute, and they could do this while we wait. Hold us over. Yeah. Yeah, so and then there's just stuff. This is not Walt Disney World. Last couple things that are just on my radar. Disney Cruise Line new summer 2026 itineraries. I had to check the year because I'm like, are we really living in the future now? Like we're
Yeah.
looking at 2026 and 2027 vacation planning at this point. Disney Cruise Line, you can book through summer 2026. So, like roughly through September 2026, the itineraries are out. So we know where the ships are going to be, which ports. Disney Cruise Line's expanding the fleet. So, lots of fun cruise line stuff we don't talk about a ton on here. Maybe someday we'll do a cruise line show or two. But
Yeah, because
if
you
you
have
want to,
cruise this summer, right? You're doing.
yeah, it's like we're going in August. So, it's more and more I'm thinking about it. So, and I know Melissa, who's Jenny's Disney partner's on a cruise ship right now. So we're all, yeah, 'tis the season to be thinking about cruise line a little bit. Maybe Melissa will come tell us about her cruise.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Melissa.
We'll get her over here. But the thing that I want to say about Disney Cruise Line is like, if you're thinking about booking, the sooner the better. Don't wait for a promotion. It's better. Pricing's generally the best earlier.
Okay.
So better to put a deposit down and change it if you need to or cancel it if you need to. But
Is it like booking at the resorts that if there's a deal that comes up later, you can apply it?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And different, but very flexible deposit policy and that kind of stuff. But that is happening. And then we have a new movie coming. And I'm actually excited for this one. I'm coming around to it. I wish Jenny were here because I think she has thoughts about this one for sure. But
Oh, she does?
live action Snow White coming out in theaters on March 21st. So brace yourself.
Has Gal Gadot. It has to be amazing.
Poison apples,
Yes.
gotta watch. So
I'm excited.
a little bit of Disney in between your trips so you can get to the theater.
Yeah.
Get your dose of Disney.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the big headline here is those virtual queues. Bye-bye. Gone for
Bye.
now.
Well, news on my end is this weekend's the Run Disney Princess Half Marathon. So I'm super excited. So I'm wearing my nice running band for it. I don't know if you can tell, but it says Princess Security.
I love that.
I know. Made one
And now,
too.
is your running partner also security or is she a princess? Okay.
No, we both want security. We were going to do a princess and security. We decided we're just going to be, it's a princess run, so they're going to be all over the place. They're going to need us.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you stepping up to serve. I know some folks running, so.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're running, what are you all running this weekend?
Just the half because of the way my kids' break falls. Like I couldn't leave until Friday evening, which means like you have to pick up your race bib at least the day before your race. So if I don't get down there till Friday night, I can't pick up the bib till Saturday at 11 is the earliest you can get in. So only the half was available for us to run.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your weather looking like? Have you been watching your weather for
it's
run day?
Looking like it's going to be 50s for the run, like the first part of the run, which is great. I was looking at this Run Disney group. So if you all are interested in where you are sitting, like go to the Run Disney groups. There's people that take the bib numbers once they figure out like how many bibs are there and start kind of like figuring out corral placement. So it looks like I think I'm going to be in like corral C or D, and it goes all the way to G or F. Oh. I can't remember which one. I think it was G. So that gives me a little buffer room for the balloon ladies.
When do you find out your corral placement?
When you pick up your bib.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And you can't change corral placement. No. It looks like the person that I was going to run with might be in corral A, though.
Oh.
So I'm just going to let her go. Because, like, she's been training really hard. And then this past week, I got the flu, and I have this cough, so I'm just like gonna try to survive it. It kind of ruined the last 2 weeks of my training, that's for sure. But she's gonna rock it, so go out, Corelle, have your fun. But
wow, good for her. Well, you'll have to let us know how it goes, and we love to see the race photos. So
yeah, definitely, I'll
share
take
some of those
photos on the way. This race is different than the other ones in the fact that I feel like there's a lot more road time on the Princess one than any other one. So it's not my favorite run, but outside of the marathon, I think it's the only one that goes through Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Because it takes 6 miles to get out to Magic Kingdom, and then you come back and you get like a run through Epcot. And then you're done. So this one just has a lot more road than the other ones. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
you get your cool pictures with the castle on a run.
That's so cool.
With my Disney security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'll put a link to the map when we post this. All right.
Very exciting. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Take care of your lungs.
Yeah,
it's been a rough flu season. I bet a lot of people are going through what you're dealing with. So
definitely. Like I said, I
wish everybody
a bunch of the Run Disney groups, and it seems like flu season hit a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are upset about their race. But I have to say, like, if you could do other Run Disney events, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, I know it was a lot, but as long as you start, you get your medal. You can make goals. It's a 16-minute mile pace, so if you can, that's a fast walk for me because I have like little legs, but it's very doable for the most part if you wanted to walk it. Yeah. All right.
Well, good luck to all the runners. Have a fun race weekend.
Thanks. Hopefully I can check in this week with you and we can post another thing about the race afterwards.
I'm going to be on call if it works out. If you need a nap, it's a long nap, that's okay too. But we'll see what we're able to update. So watch our channel. You'll see what comes up, guys.
I love it. All right. Take us away, Jess.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the news. What are you excited about in these kind of B-rate announcements, or what was shocking to you? Is anything feel overdue? Let us know in the comments and join us back next week where we're going to have a whole very different episode of Mouse Ears and Magical Chats. Thanks for being here. Bye. And good luck to the